And I am back. As like I said, I've reviewed the second season of Arrow, not Flash. Now to talk about Arrow. Anyway, so Arrow. Anyway, that was weird. Um, what to say about Arrow though? Nothing, because the show is forgettable. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, it's a pretty good show. Um, although the first season could be a little bit forgettable at times because well, actually no, not really. Well, in some ways it is, but whatever. It's actually the lead up to obviously the end of season two with, I mean, end of season one. What the hell? End of season one with that. I forgot what it's called really, but it's basically levels out an entire city with an earthquake, and everybody hates the Queen family because of it, and that's basically like where it leads off from, because it's like the whole kind of confusing thing with Malcolm actually not really confusing, but it just Malcolm Merlin designed a earthquake machine. That's what I'm gonna call it because I kind of forgot what it's called in the show. An earthquake machine with Mariah Queen, and obviously since he died in the explosion, it's kind of like the fault is on her, and that's kind of how it starts more or less. Just kind of like her trial, and kind of like, okay, well, since you're partly responsible for it, we're gonna accuse you, and it's like just a whole media firestorm, and it's just so kind of weird because like later in the season when she runs for mayor, it feels so mirror kind of reflecting, I guess. Yeah, I'm just gonna say reflecting on last year's political climate with, you know, Dumbutt and Hillary, and especially with how she designed her you know vote for me sign or whatever, same exact way as Trump did. So that's so weird. That's so suspicious. I sense it's conspiracy theory. Maybe not. Who's to say it is? Anyway, but the point is, um, and then but it's just I like it because it feels like kind of like a leap off of season one. How um how it seemed like Merlin was working with someone or something along those lines. But I mean, at first it seemed like it was going that route, but it's like the opponent that Queen was running up against, Blood, was actually working with Slade Wilson, aka Deathstroke, which it feels like it actually brings from the history of being on the island back to the forefront instead of just like constantly jumping back to the island like it did in season one. It jumped to the back to the island for a reason because of the history that Oliver and Slade had. He eventually became a Slade Wilson, just overcome with revenge. I mean, like it's and sometimes in throughout the season it gets kind of annoying because he's always like, "Well, you killed Shadow, so I'm gonna take it out on you because you're just a bastard or whatever." But it's just like he was saying near the end of the season. It's like earlier you said we're brothers. Now let's talk about it like we're brothers. Don't need to be so hostile about it. Just let's talk it out. But he just overcome. It's kind of like with Bane in the Arkham games, where it's just like whenever he gets ingested with venom, he just goes ape shit and just starts tearing shit up and whatever. It's similar thing is, although ironically, like some people would call it the Arrow show feels kind of like an interpretation of Batman. Well, it should in so many ways because like Oracle is essentially like a Felicity. Um, Deathstroke is the exact freaking ripoff of a Batman villain. In fact, it is a Batman villain. So the whole show essentially feels like it was a direct copy of the Batman show. Obviously replace Batman for Green Arrow, and you got a Batman show essentially. And he has the whole brooding backstory. Except the only difference is Ollie Queen was trapped on an island, and Bruce Wayne was just like he saw his parents got killed at the back of an alley, which is kind of feels kind of stupid because it's like who the hell goes outside of a movie theater in the alley? I mean, you're asking to get killed at that point. I mean, it seems kind of duh. Why not leave the theater at the front? I mean, duh, that would make more sense. But it did it for comic book origins and I forgot the other word. You know what I mean? But yeah. Anyway, back to the show. So there's this kind of huge lead up to the end of the season, which like obviously there has to be a lead up, right? Where it just kind of essentially it feels like All Out War, except All Out War is for Walking Dead, not for Arrow. Actually, I don't really. I mean, I know it's from a comic book, but I don't read a lot of Arrow comic book. Maybe I should. Anyway, um, yeah, just kind of like, but it just feels a little bit of a cop out because instead of like actually doing harm to his people, to the opponents or whatever, it's like, oh, we're just gonna shoot him with a cure and that's gonna be it, and that's literally it. Just kind of like, well, that was kind of unsatisfactory. That was kind of lame. But okay, I kind of see where you're coming from, but really, just all this lead up just to be like, we're gonna shoot him with a cure. Oh, yay! I guess. So I guess what else? I mean, I'm not saying the writing definitely improved from season one, but I just like Flash better, you know, because I mean it's pretty cool because like I mean obviously with his powers he can manipulate him and all that shit, whatever. But I think if it was like an actual Batman show with a cape in it and all that stuff, but I have a theory why Batman isn't a part of the CW shows because everybody knows who Batman is, and more than likely, when the team gets together with Legends of Tomorrow, Supergirl, everybody the whole nine, and with Batman at the forefront, everyone would just be like, okay, forget you guys, forget Flash, forget everybody, let's focus on Batman because yes. I mean, Batman. Everybody knows who Batman is, even if you don't read comic books or watch the comic book movies. You know Batman. Everybody knows the Joker and everything, but not everybody knows, the Flash and all the other stuff. Although, like what I said earlier, like it just feels like this is direct inspiration from Batman. I mean, I'm not sure if like probably so, like on the island and all that stuff. But I'm pretty sure that Deathstroke isn't a Batman villain. I mean, isn't an Arrow villain. Anyway, but I think I've been talking for long enough. That's basically all my thoughts that I have for the show. It's a pretty good show. Obviously gonna wait till October till season three of the Flash so I could watch them concurrently. Although a funny thing is though, I thought it like just like season one, season two, blah blah blah. But actually, season one of the Flash actually started somewhere like in episode 16 or whatever of season two, episode 16 of the Arrow. So it should like happen that way because actually like some of the episodes kind of connect, which I was gonna mention in the previous video, but then I kind of forgot. Um, in season two, wait, I guess. Oh, okay, I don't know. Whatever. In season two of Arrow, it kind of has that team up episode with like it's a three-parter. So it's Legend of Tomorrow. Shit, kind of crazy. Legends of Tomorrow, Flash and Arrow, just kind of like this giant thing, and Supergirl and Legend of Tomorrow are both on Netflix. I'd love to watch them, but I feel kind of cramped with so many shows I'm currently watching on Netflix. If only there was more time in the day or something. I don't know. Oh, and dude, oh, actually today, Red Skull, not Red Skull, what the hell? Um, Iron Fist drops. So, along with Santa Clarita Diet, which is later today, I'll also be talking about that. So, which is pretty cool. Can't wait for that. Anyway, I think I've been talking for long enough. If you like what I do on this channel, please like, share, subscribe, all the other fun stuff, and tell me what you thought about Flash and Arrow. Tell me what your favorite comic book shows and all the other stuff. If you have any. If you don't, well, just tell me your favorite shows. You know. So I think that's it. I'm out like the Flash, and I'll see you with another video.